Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
One of the great things about coming to any event like this, if it's SEC Media Days, if it's Jake and T-Bob going to the Senior Bowl or being here at the Super Bowl, is you never quite know what you have planned or who you might bump into. And just a bit ago, Saints kicker Blake Grupe was just walking around in Alondra and said, "Hey, will you come on radio?" He was like, "Yup." So here's Blake Grupe. What up, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I thought I was hiding and blending in from you guys, but hey, you guys found me.
If you weren't – all right, so everybody knows you're a diminutive feat, right?
Yep.
I'm like – what was the gig like, the security guard at the Dome?
Yeah. Can't make that up. Yeah,
right.
I tried to walk on the field for preseason 1 my rookie year, and the guy's defense, I didn't have on like branded Saints stuff, and I just had my street clothes I walked into the game with, and just like in college, you go walk the field just like you do. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. He tapped me on the shoulder, grabbed me, making sure, asked me for credentials, the whole deal, and then I hit a game winner that game. So that's just how it goes, I guess.
Wait, so in that moment, like, what did you tell him, like, I'm the kicker, and then what did you say?
Yeah, I just, I'm always a respectful guy, but in that moment before my first, NFL action at all, I might have had a little attitude like, "Hey, man, I'm a player." But it's awesome now. He's the same guy that's been there now for 2 years running. So every time we go out the tunnel, it's like a good little, "Hey, man, like, remember,
Yeah.
No, he's an awesome guy. Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
What's his name?
Lloyd, I believe.
Shout out to Lloyd.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
And, yeah, he's a good dude right there. He had a knee surgery. He missed the last game last year, so maybe he's got a recovery road to the offseason.
So now attentive. That's so awesome, man. No, but I was just going to say, because, like, you could – there's some people that walk around here and will not blend in at all. Mm-hmm. You could, except for the fact that you're wearing your Saints gear.
Yep.
So, like, what are you doing? Just –
yeah, we're just bouncing around. That's what this whole event's about.
Yeah.
Sharing the word and just talking. But this morning I got to do the coin toss at the second annual wheelchair football All-Star game. So that was pretty neat. They partner along with Salute to Service in the league, and so they're a bunch of veterans that have had multiple problems, obviously from serving. And they were getting after it, like physical, hitting each other, falling out. I mean, it was live action over there, but they're getting after it.
I saw it when I got here to go get my credentials down, like at J. The convention center. If you've never been to the convention center, it's
massive.
I mean, like, you wonder, like, what. This is where my brain goes. Who conceptualized this? You know what we're going to do? We're going to build a long-ass building. That's what we're going to do. One that just goes on forever. What are you going to do in this building?
Around the
I don't
SEC.
know. Super Bowl Radio Row, wheelchair football, anything. I mean, but it's just incredible, how the scale of this place. So you've obviously had an eventful couple of years. I mean, I think most people know your story. Arkansas State to Notre Dame for a season. Then you end up winning the job with the New Orleans Saints. But you live here now in New Orleans?
I do, yeah. Live right over there in Metairie, close to the facility. I didn't grow up a city boy, so I didn't plan on living anywhere. I like to have in a backyard and a garage. So.
Yeah, man. Because players have, like, you have the option. A lot of them will be here for the season, maybe have an apartment, then go home, wherever home is, in the off season. So what drew you to want to stay in the city?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Missouri, Sedalia, Missouri, so kind of in between Columbia, which is, smack dab right in the middle, and Kansas City. And I mean, it's kind of cold right now in Missouri. I'm from a smaller town, and so there's not a whole lot of training places. I utilize Mizzou. Want to go work out or want to go kick, you got to drive an hour, going the other way to Kansas City. So a lot more, access to training down here. The facility is literally right down the street. Warmer weather. I'm an outdoors guy. Like fishing, hunting. I've done all kinds of stuff down here that different critters than in Missouri. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been fun. I enjoy it down here. Good weather, good golf. My girlfriend's from around here. She's from Morgan City, so it's been awesome. I really enjoy it down here, and I'd honestly really call it my home right now.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I was sharing with you before we started that I did 1 year of penance in South Bend, as you did. Yep. Your year was probably way more eventful than mine. But I always tell people the football, the food, the women, and the weather is what brought me back to Louisiana. Yep. I bet you could corroborate that that probably plays. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those things there. Yep. But you did get snow here.
I did.
So you wake up and there's snow. Like, for someone who's grown up in it and lived in it their whole life and then experienced people that don't know it, what was it like?
Yeah, I mean, it was just snow, just like anything else. But for down here, that was a big deal.
Right, like
a big deal.
What are the people's reaction to this?
Yeah, it was insane. I saw that I think they hired some snow moving company from Indiana.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think the city did. They didn't buy trucks, so they hired a snowplow company. But I mean, my backyard, I want to say, was a good 8 to 10 inches.
Yeah.
That's a good snow no matter where you're at. So I took my girlfriend back there. We built a snowman. We were just walking around out there. I dressed her up in all hunting stuff and camo, keep her warm. But yeah, we were doing everything just like kids' first snow. It was really honestly pretty cool to help share. And I took her out. We drove a little bit. I will say I was on the roads, but I guess I knew a little bit what I was doing. But you had to watch out. They didn't plow the roads very well.
No, man.
I know they're not used to it down here, but you had to pay attention.
There's no salt trucks and there's no snow plows. Like, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, there's no infrastructure for it, which is why everything shuts down.
Yeah.
Saints kicker Blake Grupe hanging out with us here, Radio Row, as we push off from the dock day one here at Super Bowl 59. You got to go to the Sugar Bowl, watch Notre Dame play against Georgia. What did you think about watching the Irish make their run to the championship game?
Yeah, it was awesome. The whole playoff environment has got to be awesome to be a part of and play in. I was there for Freeman's first year.
Right.
I transferred in as he took the head coaching job after BK, and so a lot of those coaches and players, were maybe the young guys when I was there. But it's fun seeing them. That's why you go to Notre Dame, is to play in those environments. And it's been a little long since we've won a national championship, so I was hoping this year was the year. But, playing in my city, I was able to get field passes, and, Derek gave us – Derek was actually a really nice car. He gave us his suite for the game.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I had old players that flew in, and Pete Warner's family actually is from Indianapolis area, so they were all committed to Notre Dame. And I guess he's actually was committed to Notre Dame for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, we were right there. The athletic director's suite for Notre Dame was right next to us. Bon Jovi was over there. It was a party. It was really cool. But obviously, I had practice, so I wasn't able to get there till the second half. But we had practice and we were preparing for Tampa. And I guess I should probably go to midweek games more often. I had a pretty good game that game.
Hey, man, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
Strong season, of course, man. But there's just so much, obviously, turnover now with the new coach and all that's coming. But there was I'll ask you just for the record, like, there was the report today. It sounds like it's going to be Kellen Moore. I mean, do you guys talk about that, like, internally as team? I mean, you have no control over it whatsoever. So what are your conversations like with your teammate about the new coach?
Yeah, I guess as a specialist, obviously we have a group chat, and it's me, Zach, Hayball, and Charlie as well. And we chat, we share stuff. But I always tell people, if you want to know what I know, check Twitter.
Yeah.
It is out of our hands, and I've always told myself, up and down the ladder, just take care of business on the field, and and they will off the field when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I really don't know a whole lot. I've never met Kellen, and I literally have no idea if he is the guy or not. But I'm curious to see who comes in and what work is to be done, what changes are to be made, and all I know is that I'm gonna keep my head down and make my kicks and be ready to work whenever my name's called, because that's ultimately all I can control.
What a couple more minutes here with Blake Grupe. What I know Alvin Kamara put out the tweet supporting Darren Rizzi. What was it like? I mean, he was a special teams coach. So obviously, you worked with him. Like, he seems that, like, outside in. I don't know Darren Rizzi, but he seems like the guy, like, you'd want to just kick back and have a beer with and shoot the bull. Like, I mean, he kind of gives off that vibe. I mean, is it? What's your impressions of Darren? What was it like having him as your interim head coach?
Darren Rizzi's awesome. Obviously, AK is a believer in him. I am a believer in him as well. I just don't tweet about it because nobody really cares what I have to say. AK's voice is probably 10 times what mine is. But yeah, I mean, everything that AK believes and says and in support for Darren Rizzi, I am in the same boat. He is an awesome guy. He is a leader. He's gonna fight for you just as much as he's gonna fight for you so much you're gonna want to fight for him even harder. And I'd obviously love for him to become the head coach. I know that's out of my control, but just steering the ship to end the season this year. I think we would have had I think it would have been a lot different without having actually Coach Riz, because I mean he just the way guys fight for him and play for him and believe in him is unlike a lot of. I've had a lot of coaches, and Marcus Freeman that I had at Notre Dame is an awesome guy, awesome leader. He's a leader of men, and Darren Rizzi's pretty close to that.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot you straight. He's going to push you in the right direction. He's really just he's gonna want you to succeed. And he's going to show you that he's there to fight for you and push you just to become. He might be hard on you, but he's gonna push you to be the best player that you can be. So, I would love to see him honestly become the head coach. It's obviously out of my control, and like I said, I'm just going to continue to work hard and Riz was the one that gave me my opportunity here.
Yeah.
So. Obviously, I'm going to be a believer in him, and I hope, whether he's our head coach or not, he's going to have a job somewhere. He's an A1 top-tier special teams coordinator. We've been top of the league in special teams for a long time when it comes to everything. And so he's been awesome. I really appreciate everything that he's done for me, and I really do hope that he somehow, comes up with a job. But, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's I know it's well said. He there was a report over the weekend that if he doesn't end up with a job, Denver could be with Sean Payton, which I mean, isn't everybody going to Denver? I mean, are you going to end up in Denver potentially?
I don't know.
Maybe stick around here for a little while longer.
I hope so. I'd like to stay here.
Hey, you said just a second ago when you were talking about Notre Dame, you said we. You started your career at Arkansas State.
Oh, yeah.
DeMario Davis is also an Arkansas State guy. So if he was here and heard you say we about Notre Dame.
No, I do both. I think
is that allowed?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
NIL and portal era, I don't know what you do now.
Yeah, I was telling somebody earlier, when I entered the portal and did everything, I feel like I was like stage 1 of the portal, Now it is absolutely insane with everything that's going on. But, I did 5 years at Arkansas State. They gave me my one walk-on offer out of high school. They tested me and tried to get rid of me one year. They brought a guy on scholarship to take my job, and I didn't really give him a choice. I stuck around somehow. And so, I got my undergrad from there. I got my master's. I was in a fraternity there. I went back to the spring game last year.
Love it.
Honestly, I didn't get a degree from Notre Dame, and I did only play their year. And they give me hell all the time for it. You know what I mean? Because,
Did you just do one semester?
I did a spring and a fall.
Okay.
So a full, literally a calendar year.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I say we just because I feel like I really do claim both. I 100% do. I have a DeMario Davis Arkansas State bobblehead in my locker. I don't think he likes it, but it's pretty funny. I went back to the spring game, and our media guy had it on his desk, and he had multiple. They gave him out at a game last year, a year before. And I said, I need one of those, and so he gave me one. So, I got a little DeMario in my locker. So, it's pretty funny there.
That's so good, man.
Yeah.
He's DeMario's going to be with us here, I think, on Wednesday.
Yeah. You'll have to ask him about the bobblehead. He probably don't pay no attention to it. I know he's seen it at least once. He just shook his head. So
I will definitely.
That's DeMario, though.
I am glad you brought that up because I will definitely ask him about the bobblehead. But he's just like he feels like just like an all-time great guy, great team.
Yeah, he is. He really is. When you look at a guy to be the soul, heart, and core of your team, you can't ask for much more than that. He does everything the right way. And he's serious, and I mean he's a pro.
Yeah,
there aren't many guys that are serious about everything as he is, and DeMario don't play around. He's a captain for a reason.
Blake Grupe, hey man, we've taken a bunch of your time. Appreciate you so much for hanging out with us here. Great way to start our week here at the Super Bowl Radio. I'm sure we'll see you bouncing around, man. But thank you for the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.